Welcome back to another Q boss video. The mod boss is back obviously because, Howler. But the funny thing is I'm not even using Howler for this boss. I'll explain that when we get to the team section. But yeah, for special effect, Resonance, crit damage and attack increase by 25%. Every time allies do damage, they buff themselves. Then this one is new. It's mostly for Howler, but again like I said, I'm not even using Howler for this boss, which is funny. So basically defense is increased by 100%, so the defense coefficient went from like 258 to 358%. So you need 358% defense debuff to get the boss's defense to 0%. And the final damage also increased by 15%, which means that you need a lot more defense debuff for this boss than usual. Again, the best way to optimize for this boss, and for most single target bosses, is using Lufel.net's defense calculator. I have a guide on that. You can click the top right corner to watch it if you want to know how to do that, because that's really how you maximize your damage. As for the boss's gimmick, very simple. Every time you do damage to it, you buff your own damage. Now for the team, like I said, I am not using Howler, and there's I guess two reasons why Howler isn't used here. The first reason is because of the freaking twins. Twins are just strong. Not only do they buff a lot, one of their buffs is a pierce rate buff from the side nuke skill, which is basically defense debuff. And of course Futaba also has a lot of defense debuff. And another reason why Howler isn't as good here is because right now it's DOD, Devourer of Dreams, which is the boss, the guild boss with weakened turn. Defense debuffers are not as good here, which is why sometimes you don't even run 1v0 with Queen or a Queen team. The reason is because you can stack the defense debuff. You can see that I have Vishnu, I have Yellowstick, so that's already like 100% defense debuff because of Rakunda, Vishnu, and then the Yellowstick mark. Futaba is another 60%. Then we have like 10% pierce from twins. I have departure control set from Code, and my boss scale mode also has pretty high pierce, and that's enough to get the defense to 0%, which basically means I don't need Howler. I tried the Code Howler combo, I tried the twins Howler combo, both of them got me 20 million less, which is quite a big difference. But yeah, let me just show you their stuff. So our DPS for scale mod, but yeah, she's running the Freedom and Triumph card set. He has a 5-star weapon, and like I said, I have pretty high pierce on skill mod, 17.7%, which allows me to get defense to 0. So our buffer is going to be Court. Court is going to do Court thing. She's running Departure and Control for defense debuff, because she can debuff with a skill 1, because skill 1 is an attacking move, right? So it will trigger Departure Control. She has a 5-star weapon, and also I recently got her to A1 Court, which is very strong. A1 Core is pretty much a free rebellion to your buffer, so you don't even need rebellion anymore. And twins, like I already said, they are a very good debuffer, including the Psi and Nuke skill, which can buff your team's pierce rate. Then they're running the nativity power. They have a 5-star weapon, stat screen. Then Futaba, our navigator, she is important here for defense debuff. Resolve labor, because I need the extra 10% defense. Then she has 5-star weapon, stat screen. For dagger, we have Starry Compass, because the 22% defense from the dagger is required, at least for my team. So again, you might need this, you might not need this. You might want to run Arc Knife instead, maybe. It depends on what you have. And if you cannot get defense to 0, like maybe your mod only has like 5% pierce, or your Starry Compass is not at R5, you can just run Howler. You can just replace one of these with Howler, then just bring one of them to the other side. So it's very account dependent. So first up, we have Vishnu. Vishnu is just going to use signature skill for defense debuff. Then Dionysus for Tarokaja. If your core is A0, you can put Rebellion here. I will tell you in a battle when to use it. Then we have Yanosik with Rakunda and Mark. So Mark and Rakunda is like 80% defense debuff. And then another like 40 something% from Vishnu Max Overclock. So it's like 128% defense debuff, which is extremely high, including Starry Compass has like 150% from Wonder alone, which is huge. For turn order 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the first turn, if you are A0 code, you guard with everybody. But if your code is A1, like mine, you do a skill 2 on Wonder or Twins. I'm just going to put Twins. You need to redirect the cold star to someone else, because A1 activates skill 2 at the start of battle, right? So you want to like remove it from Want, or else one will accidentally kill too soon. Then we're just gonna do a Wonder Highlight. But main purpose is just to activate Code's 5-star weapon to get the attack buff, just to optimize things a little bit more. Then we do a Fire Ice. And then Vishnu to debuff, inflict wind sweep. Then we skill 3 Wonder. Then skill 3 with Mont to sell the field effect. Double skill 2 to debuff. We do a side nuke. Then Rakunda from Yanosik to apply the mark also. Since we're not even using Howler here, we need more defense debuff. Here we use a skill 1 to inflict the shock, and also departure control to debuff. Then with skill 2, we end with skill 2 because it gives us one more Hershey stack. And this should kill. Then we put Tapa skill 1. Then Fire Ice highlight from the twins. Then we do a skill 3. That's good damage, 128k. Then we do a Dionysus Tarukaja. If your core is A0, you do Rebellion. Because my A1 core is basically giving a free Rebellion already, so I'm using a Tarukaja instead. So if I do a Rebellion, it becomes overcap, the crit overcap, so it becomes useless. Then we do a skill 2. Then we skill 3. Then the big damage turn. Now for Taba skill 3. Then the Fire Ice skill. And then we go to Vishnu. Is to debuff again because the debuff already wore off. And inflict wind sweep also. And also, since we have the field effect from Mon, the skill 3, we can give extra stack. In the skill 3 on Mont. So at this point, I forgot to mention, you can check the crit. So you need to add 17.5% to this, 7.5% from the Triumph card set, and then 10% from the shock. Now we do a highlight. And skill 1. Good damage. That's a new record, wow. The other side, we have Wormy. Every time you receive healing, you increase fire damage, less damage increase, and sweeper damage increase. So for the gimmick, the boss will give you DOT every turn, but also give you attack buff. So here's the team. Like I said, I'm using Howler here. But the funny thing is, right, if you don't have Howler, you can run A4 Riddle or A2 plus Riddle. It's giving me very similar scores. It's like within 1 million, so it can very well be damage variance. But I want to use Howler because I put for her, I want to use her in the video. It's a waste to not use her in the video, you know. But I also include the Riddle rotation in the end. So let's go through the characters. We have Summer Closer. She's running Resolve Virtue, only has a 4-star weapon, stat screen. And then we have Howler. She is of course our debuffer. She's running Freedom Defeat. This can give you 8% damage buff to your team. She has a 5-star weapon. Then make sure you have her at 170%, 171% armor accuracy in battle. So this one, 145.9, you need to also include the 23% armor accuracy from the 5-star weapon. Also need to include the navigator's armor accuracy. Then we have Leon. He has Trust Prosperity, 5-star weapon, stat screen. The navigator we have Win. She's running Integrity Labor, 5-star weapon, stat screen. For dagger, at least for A0 or A0R0 Summer Closer, you do need Glimmer. The reason is because we're not even running a healer. So we do need to reach 5 heal stacks to get the Tropical Heart stack. Glimmer gives you Blessing stack, which Summer Closer can use to heal herself. So if you delay by 3 turns, you get 3 stacks of healing. Now for Personas, we have Cert for defense debuff with Marakunda. We have Norn with Wind Barrier and Magarula. This one for defense debuff. Then Komokuten for Revolution and Repellent. For turn order 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Leon has to be at least second. These two swapping should be fine. For these two swapping, just make sure Leon has to be second or first. First turn you go with Howler. Then Leon skill 2 on Summer Closer. Then you do Wind Barrier from Norn. Then skill 3. Then we do a Wind skill 1. Howler skill 1 to debuff. Sadly the boss is weak to Bless, so no extra debuff. It has to be like Fire, Ice, Electric, Wind, right? To get extra debuff from skill 1. Then we skill 2 again from Leon. Then we do a non-highlight for the shield just to tank. Then you go to Sword. Marakunda. If you can tank, you can just do a Sword highlight just now instead of non-highlight. But I'm tired of RNG, so I'm just going to do non-highlight. Then we do a skill 2 from Closer. The reason we do skill 2 is because, skill 1 is going to kill. It's going to break too early. And skill 2 can actually heal yourself. So that's good for Summer Closer. Then just to tank. Then we do another Wind skill 1. Just make sure you always target the one that has no insight, because we do want the Wind skill 2 to activate. Then we do skill 3. And Leon skill 3. Then we go for Magarula from Norn. Pray Wind Sweep. Holy crap, this is definitely a record. Then we do a skill 1 to prick. Okay, now we do a Wind skill 3. Okay, the good thing is that my Closer already has Tropic Heart, so I don't have to heal her anymore. Now we can do a Wind skill 3, make sure we don't target some Closer. It's because we want the Leon A6, right? Which is dropping below 60% HP later on. Then now we do a skill 1 debuff. You can also do a little bit of chip damage also, which is nice. You can do a Leon highlight on Closer. Used to block the crit damage. And then we do a skill 2 from Leon. Okay, this is a good timing. So skill 2, they should drop to 60 and below. Yes, it says 57, which is nice. Then we go to Komokuten Rebellion. Then you do skill 3. I still don't like that there's still no number. It's been a while already. They still haven't fixed it. Then you do a skill 3, but you need to count the HP of your closer first. If your closer is below 46.3%, you use skill 3 on closer. Mine is just nice, mine is 45.3. So I can do a skill 3 to heal closer. This will push her to like 59%, which is still below 60. So this is pretty much a perfect run with 5 wins as well. Let me do a skill 3. Leon skill 3. Because the ideal range for closer is above 50, below 60 if you're using Leon. Above 50 for closer's card, it gives you 12% crit rate, which is big. Below 60 because of Leon A6. So I was able to reach all of that. So it's a perfect run. Now we do some more closer highlight. Some closer highlight will heal her though, which is completely fine now because we already applied the Leon buff. Then we skill 3. This has to be a new record. The highest I got was 47.4. This is probably close to 50. Oh no, it's only like 1 million increase, but it's still the highest, so that's good.